Ladies and gentlemen, give me the travelling band!
Manchester group The Travelling Band are in Kosovo to draw attention to the creation of the Manchester Peace Park, a recreational resource built in honour of loved ones lost during the war in 1999, but for the use of future generations of Kosovars. I took the opportunity to chat to them ahead of the park's actual dedication ceremony as they reflected on their trip. How do you feel like your music's been received?
I think people have enjoyed it, but whether they've enjoyed it particularly because of our music, I don't know, or maybe it's just nice for them to be hearing live music. We've met some guys here from the Pristina radio station, and they say there's obviously a lot of music on the radio, a lot of pop music. There's frustrations here that there's not enough bands playing original stuff. So, and especially in the town of Pudijeva, we played a gig last night, and Saranda, who we've been coming, here for the dedication and with her family, she said she very much doubts that there's ever been a gig in Pudijeva like that, which is, for us, is just like, we can go down to the Night and Day or the Ruby Lounge or, the Deaf Institute, and gigs are just, it's just a gig, but for them it's just like, it's something that they're not used to, so.
It was a real party atmosphere, wasn't it?
Do you think it's something you're going to still be involved with in the future?
There's a lot of talk and a lot of excited ideas, about what to do. But we're in the moment now, but we need to make sure that we act on them when we get home. It's all very well us coming here and having all these experiences, but we've got to get back and come up with some really strong plans, because there's great opportunities for the small power we have as a band to just play music, and that can have a really good effect on people without us having to do much. But there's potential for us to come here and maybe do more concerts, do some workshops in schools, continue to work with the charity to help bring in our ideas to not only the Peace Park in Pudijeva, but also to start making the cultural exchanges between Kosovo and not just Manchester, but the UK as a whole, and pushing them forward. But there's lots to be done. Just need some money. Yeah.
The park that has been designed, obviously that is under development, and it's encouraging people from the local community to get involved and develop it and make it grow and flourish. And we've been discussing about maybe coming back with some other bands that and putting on maybe a festival in that space, maybe next year.
I was talking to Saranda, and she was saying that one of the ideas behind the park, this is a big paved area, and there was meant to be eventually some sort of stage there. So I mean, apparently our gig last night was probably the first time that would have happened before in Pudijeva. But hopefully, we can come back and encourage people to, to get picking up instruments and playing more gigs.
I never thought I'd miss her till she cried. The light appeared to blur within her eyes. Cried along to feel her heart sighing. Well, I know I would rather die. Well, I never felt a love so deep and fast. It only takes one look to see.
The project started for me when I was actually singing at Eden, and Pam Dawes got introduced to me, and a friend of mine said, oh, she makes flags, she's really good at it, get her to go and make flags for your Peace Park. Children here in Pudijeva, in about 5 different schools, Women in Action. I did a lot of workshops. Basically, the project started because there was a mosaic in Pudijeva about a mosaic of Orpheus, and it was stolen during the war. And there was a photograph of this stolen mosaic, and I got a black and white photocopy made up, and I gave it out to all the children. that I did the workshop with. So everything started with that source. This is the winner. This was chosen by the artists here in Kosovo, and we laid them all out on the floor, and I let them choose the one they wanted. And the fact was, it wasn't too difficult, so I said yes.
Walking down the line, feeling great.
The Manchester Peace Park is dedicated to the members of the Bugiepsi, Dorici and Lugalio families killed on the 28th of March 1999. Our hope is that new life, beauty, peace and justice continue to grow from this tragic loss and from the suffering of all in this community. Manchester Aid to Kosovo and the municipality of Podjeva, 28th of March 2009, today. May God bless.
I think the community here in Kosovo, they've gone through hell, and when you're in that situation you tend to shut the doors and just focus on family, and I think what we're trying to do here is to open those doors and get the families back in the community and functioning as a community. We've got a fantastic support network in the UK. You know, we've got people from local churches to bands in Manchester, you know, the Eden Project, we've got Castle Mill Foundry in Oswestry. You know, the web is fantastic. You know, the park is, like I said earlier, the park is the catalyst for lots of different things that are going on now.
Come on, boys, play as a team. Stop. On you go. Throw yourself. Go long. Right, well, that's the end of the game. I think it was about 147, 792. How did you play? Did you enjoy that game? You enjoy it? You enjoyed it? I hope that was thank you. I tell you what, guys, you were missing goals, you were missing passing, but apart from that, you played very well. 6 out of 10. Well done. Well done, mate. Well done, man. 6 out of 10. You were brilliant, actually. You get 7 out of 10. You need to work on your passing. How's that injury? You all right? It's a pretty tough game. We'll be better by next week.
Right, well, it's been quite a long day, plenty of things going on, but it's not quite finished yet. There's still time to fit in a bit of a concert at the end. There's a variety of entertainment going on there, and I'm not quite sure. I think I've allowed myself to be coaxed into hosting the evening, which should be quite good. Do you know, I think it kind of reminds me of something my dad used to say to me. He used to say, you know, you've had a nice day, don't spoil it. I hope I don't, Dad. Hope I don't. But I needn't have worried, because I had Saranda at my side to keep me right and to keep me in check. I bet.
Don't stop. Thank you for coming. Good night.
I'm very chatted and not in India.
No.
And what a cultural cavalcade it proved to be, with hypnotic flamenco, ballet and performance from a local school, a fantastic men's 8-part vocal choir that, as it turned out, only actually had 7 members. And of course, Manchester's The Travelling Band were always up for a sing-song. The perfect way for the United Kingdom contingent to say thank you to Podjeva for including us in this dedication and rebuilding process. and for the people and children of Podieva to say thank you to Manchester for their new Peace Park. To thank Manchester. Manchester. Ah, Manchester. Oh. It is an unfortunate fact of life that atrocities have happened. And sadly, it's often the same areas which have suffered again and again at the hands of the callous and the unscrupulous.
Wanderers this morning came by. Where do they go? Graceful in the morning light, to banner fair, to follow you softly in the cold mountain air.
But surely it isn't a fact that history has to repeat itself. If two communities, entirely unconnected in terms of geography, religion or fortune, can bond through music, art, culture and compassion, then it promises much for the future.
They do not know you anymore.
It is also true that without forgiveness, reconciliation and rebuilding can't really begin. But those words, forgiveness and reconciliation, can be very easily touted by those who've never experienced complete loss, extreme prejudice and total injustice. I wonder if, after only a few years, with a country next door to me that still doesn't fully recognise my independence, I wonder if I would be talking about forgiveness. Which makes it all the more incredible that the majority of voices in Kosovo are talking about peace and progress. And it's heartwarming to know that when they reached out to Manchester and the UK for help in this endeavour, the people didn't turn their backs.
So we have always had such great support and help.
And it was actually the surgeons in Manchester who responded and said, we have got the skills to help these children.
There was no way when I met them and heard their story that we would just let them go.
If as a Catholic school we can't accept refugees, we shouldn't be in business.
When she said that she wanted the travelling band to come out to Podieva, it was just like, well, yeah, totally.
Look how much good has come out of that. A big peace park, a big peace banner.
Our hope is that new life, beauty, peace and justice continue to grow.
What I have done, I'm turning myself to a deed.
Let's make a deal. If you beat me, I will make you a present.
On the swings.
Yeah. Put it on that.
Manchester.